So hello there, my name is Victor Castillo, and I decided to build apps. And I wanted to take on the challenge to make some apps and see what happens. Maybe I can make some money out of it. But the catch is that I will not use any coding, but only vibe coding, and see if we can have a suitable end product with it. So here's what I managed to build. So this is what I built. This is my onboarding right now. So you get a few descriptions of what the app has inside. You can do it, you can turn it privately or not now. We will do not now for now. And a description of what you get in the paid upgrade paid options. And you go and see the plans. And this is the app itself, a daily journal, tasks, decisions, goals, agenda, and simple lists, uh, and shortcuts to your day. That's basically what I built. And you can add a journal. The main feature is you can add pictures and make them private inside the sandbox of the software itself, or you can keep it in the roll if you want. And you write something in your memory about that photo. It's done. You can see it in the media. You can go back and tasks, decisions, just keep track of the decision flows, your goals, whether you accomplish or you abandon them. Then agenda, which has the day look, the weekly look, and the simple lists where you can create as many lists as you want, like supermarket lists, add items to it, X quantities, and you're done there. Then you can mark them as done, and when done, you can reuse them. Not without abandoning first some ideas that I had for the app. Basically, anything with back end. Well, I dismissed that from the get-go because I don't fathom how you can build anything with a proper backend only by bytecoding. It's to what I can see right now, it's impossible. You will have to hire the developer to do stuff properly in order for it to work, which this is not the point of this video. So did I manage to build something? Yes. Simple, local, didn't need backend. I did build a backend because I wanted to do it properly, but then I dismissed it. As I said, I tried, but I had to do it myself. So, I mean, just dismissed. But later, then I found that it was too complicated to do with vibe coding itself. I would have to go in myself and do some stuff, and then it would be like hiring someone, and that wasn't the idea. The idea was to do it with no code. And so I picked Swift, which I don't know anything about. Um, and I try to develop these apps basically with spending no money. So most of the engines out there will require you to buy tokens and spend them, and to make it work, you will spend some tokens, like a lot. And the more complicated your project is, the more tokens that you will be starting to spend. I managed to build this little app here, and now it's posted in the App Store, and we will see how it's doing. So it's been out there for 2 weeks, and right now these are the metrics. We have gotten some downloads, not that many. We're spending some ads money. Here's what I'm running right now, and well, it's working. We're getting some downloads. One paid customer, at least one paid customer. But we'll see how these end up. I'm not gonna develop more features to it. I'm thinking I need to learn on how to do marketing, because obviously paying ads for the App Store is not sustainable if you're not getting paid customers. So there has to be other venues to promote the app, which is the part that I'm learning. So if you have suggestions, I'll greatly appreciate them. Leave them in the comments. I'm gonna try some TikTok and some Twitter postings there to see if this thing gets picked up by the algo, the gods of Apple. And I'll be making more apps, and I'll be telling you about the journey. I mean, the principle is no coding, only vibe coding, using basically right now the freest thing that is out there that I have discovered. It's ChatGPT. And basically, I'm using that to do the coding for the Swift part. My experience using ChatGPT is that even though it does the coding part, you do need to learn how to establish a good MVP. You need to learn how to design your flows. Even that simple app that you just saw there has flows that need to be respected. And the problem with going not understanding what the MVP is for a regular person. So usually just a constraint of the things that you will build and the constraint of the things that you won't be building in that first version. And I think that is more important what you won't be building into that first version of stuff, because most people they design an MVP or they define an MVP, and then middle journey they start adding stuff, and then you're going to break stuff, whether you do it with vibe coding or you do it with a coder, a developer. Then things start getting expensive because every time you move something, you move the whole thing. And it's been my experience that none of these engines have the capacity to hold the big picture. Basically, you are the one that it's a need to hold the documentation. Like in a proper development environment, the product manager would hold the documentation and would lead the developers for any changes that are required, knowing what's going to break with every change, or the most statistically what's possibly going to be broken, just to shorten the debugging stages of stuff. This is not present when you're doing it all alone. But again, you're using an engine like GPT or Cursor or Lovable, whatever you choose to use. You're going to be that product development manager, and you need to hold the big picture. The engine will not do it for you. And the less able you are doing that, the more time you're going to spend, or the more money you're going to spend if you choose one of those engines that you need to buy tokens with. And then it becomes just unfeasible. So at the end of the day, you do need to learn something. Uh, Now, if you were to learn the language itself, I would say that GPT is your best option there. If you use it as a mentor and as learning while doing, great. It will do the job. I mean, this time I actually could produce an end product, even though it's a local stated product without backend, but it's a functional product, has no bugs, no crashes at all. And I'll keep going down that venue and see if anything of this can keep monetizing. I'll keep you posted. So it is possible, yes, but you actually do need to learn I would say not the coding, which is the lower end of right now of skills. I would say you need to learn the higher end of skills, which is the product design, the product development, the definition of an MVP, and staying disciplined inside that, and what really is an MVP, which in another video we will go over that, because this is not a tutorial video. This one is just to share my journey and this new challenge that I've made, which is building apps and see if we can get monetized one of them. So hope you subscribe and follow me on this journey. See you in the next one.